And you learned English?
And learned English.
And one of the first words you learned?
The hamburgers.
Hamburgers?
Naturally, yeah. And then when I went to order the hamburger, then he told me, oh yeah, you want the hamburger? I said, no, I don't want a hamburger. I want a hot dog.
And you had many struggles here in the United States.
Well, I had to struggle for a while, and I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. I did work, I go and did it, and it was... When I came back, I was working for a company, and then I found out that I can do it for myself.
Carburetors?
Carburetors. I opened my own business, and I'm still have it. But I'm retiring. I go every so often, and I work on it maybe about a week, and I stay off. So I don't have to work now.
No discuss. We couldn't discuss, none of us, because it was very hard, very painful. It's very, very painful for us to talk, because you don't want to bring back all the old memories. Because when I cannot watch any movies from the Holocaust. I cannot watch at all, because if I do, I wake up middle of the night screaming.
Sure, I'm very happy right now with my wife. So we're just happy with each other. And of course, with the Jewish community here, we like New Orleans. Everybody's friendly, nice. I work with people 50 years already. They all like me, I like them. My boss likes me. Matter of fact, my boss was 7 years old when I came here. I even told him, don't fool with me, you know. When I came here, I was 27. He was only 7. I could take him on my lap.
Max Fuchsman, he was different for me because he had a lot of energy, and he survived with his brother. Well, I came to New York really, and I was glad to be in New York because I didn't know English at all. And I came down, and there was nobody there to deny that I am not the person who I claim to be, because I didn't have nobody. And I said, I will stay here in New York, but the Jewish Welfare Federation was responsible, and I have to come back to New Orleans. And I was working for the old lady in New Orleans, and a young man came to stay. A lady across the street rented out rooms, and a young man came to pick up his luggage from the custom house. And the lady came to me from across the street. She said, you know, a young man is staying in my house, and he's from Lodge.
Your hometown?
Yes, maybe you know him, but I didn't know him. And he was going to school not far away from my school, but I didn't know him in Poland, in Lodge. He just have to come down to New Orleans to meet, and we wrote to each other. He was living in Atlanta, and he was not willing to come back to live here in New Orleans. But I said, this is my place where I was assigned to be. And he came down, and we married, and we were very happily married. We have 3 daughters, wonderful 3 son-in-laws. But he's deceased already 18 years. We really didn't marry for love in the beginning because we just have the same need for each other, we have so much in common. We thought it will work out eventually, but it worked out very well. We were very happy married.
I came home from school, and there was a photographer from the Times-Picayune, and he wanted to take my picture. And at the time, I had long pigtails, and I said, I guess so. It was about Thanksgiving, and We never had a turkey before. He wanted to have, he was asking me questions about what I think about Thanksgiving turkey. Well, I never heard of a Thanksgiving turkey. So he says, well, let me take your picture by your bed. And so my instinct, I don't know, automatically I knelt by the bed on my knees and prayed like this for Thanksgiving. And everybody said, well, why did you pray? Why did you kneel down like that to take a picture? I don't know. I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
I was worked at this time already, and I was riding buses back and forth to work. And that little plaque that said colored only, people would get on a bus much older than I, and I've been brought up where you're supposed to give your elders your seat. You know, you're the young one. Somebody older comes in, you're supposed to be polite, and I couldn't do it. And that it was impossible, hard to be able to move. I could sit anywhere I wanted, and it was very hard to move that sign just so I could sit in that seat. Because as long as that seat was there, no matter how many empty seats were behind me, the blacks could not sit there.
Your relationship with Anne is special beyond special. I mean, she was 4.5 years old, but, you know, she was your guardian.
Well, she wasn't only my guardian, she was my best friend. It still is. Because we only had each other, that's all we had.
You told me once that Anne was always the brave one, that you were always the scaredy cat.
Yeah, Anne was always brave. She used to run in doghouse and play with the dog, and she was just more tomboyish, I guess, than I was. I was more afraid than she was. She was more like my daddy. I'm a lot more like my mother, I think. And I even had the fear here too when I came here. It took a while to get over it. I always thought somebody was chasing me or coming to get me or my kids, so I had a hard time with it. They know where I came from. They know what I went through. They know my childhood. I didn't have a childhood. They know that. I didn't really sit them down and talk to them. They just know where. My background. And they know more now than they did when they were younger, because they're older, they can understand it better. But I really never wanted to, I wanted them to have a childhood like Anne and I never had. So I didn't want to burden them with any of those terrible, terrible years that we went through. Now they know, because they're old enough to understand. But looking at my children and my nieces, there's no way I can imagine them having to go through what Anne and I went through, because it was not a very easy time.
Your relationship with Anne is special beyond special. I mean, she was 4.5 years old, but, you know, she was your guardian.
Well, she wasn't only my guardian, she was my best friend. It still is.
Then in 1986, I believe it was, there was a gathering of Holocaust survivors in Philadelphia. And